Knight. Bam, can you hear us okay, I assume?
Yes, I can hear you good.
Okay, so if you guys want to raise your hands for Bam, we'll go around. David Thompson.
Hey man, how are you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Just a little good.
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Why are you? You said you were doing a little great, or
Oh no, I thought that's what you said. Maybe I heard
no,
it
no,
wrong.
no, no. No, I'm doing great. I'm doing great. I'm doing fine.
Good. So I'm just kind of curious how you guys internally sort of manage the outward expectation for this team. I know the fan base was really disappointed, with the Wake Forest loss, but you guys still have the potential for a 10-win season. So how do you sort of just kind of keep your goals, internally and just sort of deal with maybe some of the noise outside?
Yeah, we try not to look into stuff like that because we know kind of some things like outside people are going to speak negative on the coaching staff, on the players, like misplays and stuff like that. So we kind of toy away from looking at stuff like that, and we just keep a positive mindset. No matter what the outcome is at the end of the season, we all know that we want to put our best foot forward for the remaining 2 games and just leave it all out there.
Jonas.
Hey, Bam. Yesterday, Thayer said one of the reasons you guys have been able to bounce back after losses this year is because maybe unlike years in the past, you guys have been in every game. It felt like, we should have won that game. So it's kind of easier to bounce back and come back strong next week. Can you kind of elaborate that and talk about how the mindset this year as opposed to other years after you guys took a loss?
Yeah, like other years, kind of it's like it was like a reoccurring thing of missed plays, missed opportunities, people not buying in throughout the week, just kind of going through the motions. This year, the difference is every day at practice, people are locked in. You could tell the difference between the motivation of the team this year and past years. So that kind of has that drive. And even the games we've lost, it's been only a couple points. It's not like we're losing by 14, 21 like in the past, And I think when you go back at the film, it all comes down to a few missed opportunities, like 1 or 2 plays that could have been a difference in the game.
Yeah, and I was going to ask you that. When you watch the film, is it a little bit more frustrating because it's only 2 or 3 plays that, hey, if we would have done this, it came out differently?
Yeah, it's always looking back on film. You're like, man, if I would have read this the right way, that would have made a difference. It's small details like that. Even Ricky, he shed light on the little screen pass where he ended up slipping because we weren't used to turf and stuff like that. That probably could have been a difference in the game, but you just have to just move on from that. Even in the game and after the game, you have to move on to that and just make sure it doesn't happen. Eliminate it off film.
Alec.
Yeah, Bam. I know you don't always get to return kicks. A lot of times you play games where there's not returnable balls. When you have the opportunity and you kind of see that unfold and you're going to be able to return one, is that kind of one of the more exciting things on the field when you kind of see that and know that you're going to get the chance to run that?
Yeah, it's definitely exciting because it's, like you were just alluding to, it's a rare thing for a kickoff return to open, especially the way they were open in Wake Forest. Normally you have to make something happen, but those are just open and very wide. So it really wasn't much of a read. It was where I was going. I just want to give a shout out to the kick return team. You could tell they kind of took to heart their assignments on the kick return and just did their best to get their job done, especially freshman Demi Zumo. He saw him pancaking a lot of people on kick return. And that's a good thing to see from a freshman.
David Thompson.
Yeah, I want to give Jonas credit for asking Thayer yesterday about his punt returns, and Thayer brought up that he felt like this was a skill that, if refined enough, could help him get to the NFL. Do you look at your ability as a kickoff returner in a similar way?
Yes, I definitely think that'll be kind of a valuable thing that NFL scouts value at the next level, just because I don't know about too many other running backs in the college level, but I feel like nobody else is kind of taking that step in the kick return game. I feel like mainly it's receivers or people who are typically faster on the other team. So I feel like that I add another aspect in my game to kind of separate me from the other running backs.
And Jonas.
Yeah, you just shouted out Demi. And since fall camp, Coach Dorans raved about him, Ricky raved about him. Been hearing some other guys talk good things about him. What have you seen from him as a young guy, just he's earned his way on special teams now, and he's been getting these reps in practice. What are you seeing from him throughout the week?
Yeah, it's like Demi. I could just say like he's going to be a great player whenever his opportunity comes to touch the field. As far as a running back, he's going to be a great player. He just has everything. He has the hands, he has the elusiveness in the backfield, has the strength, the power. He kind of brings everything to the table. So I feel like once his name is called, to be in the backfield, he's going to be a difference maker.
Did you see him kind of crush that guy on that touchdown return? I mean, obviously you're running the ball, and then you kind of see him kind of lay that guy out. Like, oh, I'm following him to the end zone.
Not the kick return for a touchdown, but the first one that I got pushed out of bounds. I kind of saw him because it was one guy running free straight at me. Then I just saw him fly out of the picture. So it's like when I went back on the film and looked at it and saw it was Demi, I was like, yeah, he's taking his job seriously. He's taking his game to the next level. And that comes with experience. He's getting more experience, so he's kind of getting used to the speed of the game.
James Henderson.
Yeah, Bam. Syracuse is one of those teams you generally play every year. You know, last year with COVID, and you didn't play all the Atlantic teams, but you did play Syracuse. So I'm wondering, when you go into a week like this, do you have familiarity from having played them now 2 years back to back, or do you have to kind of really regroup and look at them again?
You have to regroup and look at them again because every year, you know, it's different. You know, they have to, at the end of the season, they're doing what we're doing. They're looking at positive and negatives of the past season. So you have to look for the changes defensively and all that. And this year, I'm not sure if it was last year as well, but this year I know they're kind of similar as far as defensive blitzes and stuff. They're similar to Mississippi State as far as what they do.
And David Thompson.
You know, I've noticed that in the games you guys have lost this year, it's been the times where you've rushed the ball in the single digits. Is there ever a frustration or, you know, looking at the coaching staff saying, especially against Wake Forest, you rushed it 4 times, but you're averaging 8 yards a carry? Is it like, hey, feed me? This works out well for the team.
That's not something that I kind of like speak on or kind of think about a lot on the sideline, just because I don't want to bring this negative aspect into my head. So, you know, it's something I try to keep a positive mindset about, just try to keep going. Like whenever my name is called, you know, I go out there and play to my fullest because I'm a firm believer in everything happens for a reason. So if I'm getting 4 carries, I feel like maybe that was God trying to remove me from a situation where something may have happened negative or something. So just keeping a positive mindset about that is probably the best thing.
Jonas.
Yeah, I want to do a follow-up to the question I was asking Thayer yesterday about punt return. Obviously, you do the kickoff return, but did you return punts in high school?
Yes, I returned. Yes, sir, I returned punts. I don't think I was just. Can't remember. It's been a couple of years, but
okay.
I know I got back there. I got a couple punt returns for touchdowns in high school. You know, I thought I'd have a chance at this level, but I came in. Thayer was already the return guy, and the kick return spot was pretty much open. So I just kind of worked there. And last year, like mid-season, when we played Miami, I finally got my opportunity, and went from there.
But having done it before, you do realize like the challenges it is fielding the ball, 11 guys running at you full speed, crowd going crazy. Do you ever look at there and like, hey, that's all you, man. You got it on this level. That's tough.
Yeah, because high school is way different. You have more of a time to kind of group yourself, kind of time the ball, kind of let it bounce and recover. Versus this level, you got guys running 4.3s, 4.4s, sprinting at you. You kind of have to glance and kind of look and kind of get the time and purpose. So it's more of a frustrating look, especially the way they swarm people at times. I was like, I don't know how Thayer caught it under pressure with guys in his face, because like I probably would have hesitated or something.
Does anybody else have anything for Bam? Bam, thank you very much. Appreciate